Okay. Hello and welcome to part 4 of the Sekiro Lorethrough. Tonight we are going to be doing the Gun Fort and the Sunken Valley. I was just adjusting my mic. Now in this episode we're also going to be doing the sake dialogue for the sculptor and Emma if we have remaining sake.
何をしている。
ああ、あなたですか。竜害の調べのため、武士殿が吐いた血の塊をいただいていたのです。
血の塊。
はい。咳とともに出たものです。血の色がわずかによどんでいるような。しかし、これだけでは定かには。
できることはあるか。
竜害にかかったものが吐いた血の塊。それがもっとあれば、より詳しい調べができます。
竜害にかかった者がいれば当たってみよ
う。お願いします。
Now, I don't think we actually have anybody else infected by dragon rot yet. I've been pretty careful about not dying this playthrough.
お前さんも来たのか。武士殿。会いに行くと。
Okay, he's gonna give us a send dialogue now. Okay, so let me just check. It's just him. Because I think he needs to be healthy before we can actually do any of the sake dialogue with him. I also didn't attempt to do the eavesdrop if that was an opportunity there. Alright, let's see. No, he won't let us share with him. Okay. So this is gonna be a little goofy, but I'm gonna try and I guess just jump off a cliff a couple times. Just to accumulate some dragon rot. See if I can get another person infected so we can speed this along. I didn't realize that item had to be reacquired every playthrough. It's a little odd. Whew. I'm probably gonna have to die a couple times. Cause I really wanted to do his stock dialogue before we moved along. However, it does look like somebody new has moved in at the temple. So we will greet him.
Oh. やっぱりか。だったら俺の情報を買わないか。忍びならわかるだろう。情報の価値ってやつか。
Okay. Then we also have the opportunity to talk to him.
情報以外の品のことか。昔の手癖でな。つい集めちまうのさ。供養が嫌になって 一味も抜けたが、死体を見るとやっぱり放っておけなくてな。それにまあ死んだに貴賤もないだろう。
So this guy's ex-memorial mob, as he just let us know. Fujioka, the info broker. Now he also sells us some dragon droplets, so we will buy those. I was just curious if the gourd seed had anything new on it. But I don't think it does. Anywho. Oh, he sells Ungo sugar infinitely. Interesting.
じゃあ
Okay.
旦那。
Don't worry, I promise tonight's episode will be about the Sunken Valley. We will get there eventually. Alright. Let's see, I will jump off a few more times. Well, to die one more time, and we'll see if I can get someone else a dragon rod. Doesn't seem like it. Alright, we'll try and die one more time. If we do get someone else with Dragon Rod, we might just luck out and it might just be Fujioka here at the shrine. Or temple, rather. Nope. Okay. Hopefully, I think this is the 4th time we're dying now. 4th time's a charm, hopefully. I don't actually know if there's a set amount of deaths that actually accrue Dragon Rot, or if that is just like a what's the word I'm looking for? Random instance or occurrence, I should say. Having a lot of lag tonight, I apologize for that. Oh my goodness, this is gonna take a while, isn't it? Jeez, I feel like I can attack a lot more in the air than I used to be able to. Alright, hopefully this is the one that'll give me more Dragon Rot. Which I guess is kind of... This is kind of thematic for the episode, I guess, actually. Since in Sunken Valley is where we learn where kind of where the stagnation is piling up, I should say. I guess. Getting worse, so to speak. I don't think we got... Did we get one there? Did I miss it? No, still just the sculptor. Alright. I'm hoping that this time, in dying, we will get enough dragon rot, or enough deaths to get dragon rot so that we can actually get the sample for Emma. But, going back to what I was saying, since we're just waiting for the dragon rot to accrue, we know from last episode that the centipedes are linked to the stagnant waters of the fountainhead. And Senpo monks have been consuming quite a bit of that. And that has resulted in them becoming infested with centipedes. Now there is a few other characters with this infestation. Hanabe at the dilapidated temple just over there does also have the infestation as well. But I believe that this kind of idea of the centipede kind of infesting the waters comes from the... I believe it's pronounced Omukade, I believe. I'm just gonna look that up really quick. Yeah, Omukade, which is essentially a giant man-eating centipede yokai from mythology, which was essentially terrorizing a local village as well as a population of dragons in an underwater palace in the nearby lake, which I'm sure you can already see the parallels between Fountainhead Palace and this underwater palace with dragons in it. There we go, perfect. Faithful one. So we'll go get her blood sample, but I will continue my little monologue here about... I think she's at Mount Congo right now. Temple Grounds. So, essentially, in the legend, there's a serpent, a very large one, that is laying across a bridge that goes near the bridge. And it's terrifying all the villagers. And finally, one day, a man just gets enough strength to go across the bridge, and he tramples the snake. This is the wrong one. And in doing so, the snake retreats into the water and disappears. And essentially makes the bridge accessible for everybody again. So she then reappears to the man as this half woman, half dragon. Although depending on the oh, I remember where she is now. I have to run there. So depending on the version of the legend, there's a couple different versions of it. One version has a old man appearing to him in the water afterwards. But the version that I was reading about in particular talks about a woman who's half woman or half human, half dragon. Anyways, she then asks this man if he can slay the giant centipede demon, which I guess their line of thinking was centipedes are like snakes, so if this guy wasn't scared of snakes and he wouldn't be scared of a giant centipede, I guess. I'm not entirely sure where that whole, you're worthy to do this kind of thing, or the line of thinking came from. But, nonetheless, this man goes and he slays this giant centipede. And in doing so, he basically saves the whole town. He saves the I guess like underwater city, I guess, of dragons that live in this lake. And they invite him down for a feast and thank him for slaying this giant demon. And after doing so, they give him a bunch of gifts. I believe they give him a sword, they give him a set of armor, but the child, or not the child, I'm gonna go ahead of myself, the princess, or the woman who brought him down, actually gives him a bag of rice. Excuse me. But this bag of rice never runs out. So obvious parallels to the divine child and how she gives you rice. And this giant centipede is actually born out of stagnant water and stagnation in general. So, a lot of similarities there. But we will dive into that a bit more as we get deeper into the temple. Or valley, rather.
お主も竜外に。
ミコ、寒い。ミコ。
無理にしゃべるな。
らぬ。どっちじゃ。
血をもらうぞ。
Alright, Dragon Rod Blood Sample. This is the same as the first one that we got from our first playthrough, but it reads, blood sample of a dragon rod victim contains stagnated blood. So, as I just mentioned there about stagnation, Emma can use this to find a cure for dragon rot. So, we will just use our homeward idol to return to the temple. And I should have a lot of dragon blood droplets to do the cure. Okay. Oh, shoot. Emma's not... Oh, wait. We can get there really fast. I don't have to go through the loading screen again. I can just go this way and use the shinobi shortcut. I forgot she's actually with Kuro right now. There's still like kind of a loading screen here, but it's a little bit faster than the actual process of fast traveling. Okay.
お主と
はい。
お主と九郎様の幻を見た。
幻。
ああ、
そのようなことが主従の絵にしがなせることでしょうか。折を見て調べてみたいものです。
Okay.
狼殿、よくぞ参られました。
Alright, give a dragon rod blood sample.
血の塊ですね。見せてください。仏師殿のものと同じように血の色がわずかによどんでいる。だがこれは、
足りるか。
おそらくはこれで流害の調べを進めます。また戻った時に解を得ていること、期待していてください。
Oh boy, alright, how long is this gonna take? Alright, let's try just resting, and then we'll talk to her, and hopefully she's developed the cure.
待っていました。
Oh, perfect.
はい。解を得ました。流害の源。それは血のよどみです。
何故血がよどむ。
あなたはたとえ海星の力が尽きていたとしても、いずれよみがえっています。代わりの力をどこかから奪っているのでしょう。
流害になったものからか。
おそらくは流害になったものは人が人として生きるための当たり前の力を奪われています。故に血がよどむのでしょう。
どうやって直す。
奪ったものを返せばいい。これを受け取ってください。
Now, what I find really interesting about the whole idea of the dragon's rod and the dragon's heritage in general is the fact that we don't really have a reason for why the people who become stagnated in the first place, because it doesn't seem like it's in proximity to Wolf. It almost seems like it's just the people Wolf knows. And the reason I say that is because if you don't know who the people are, if you don't meet them, they never acquire Dragon's Rod. So it's kind of interesting. It does seem like it's people close to Wolf. It's not just random people. Otherwise, all the people of Ashina would be slowly being stagnated by Wolf dying over and over again. Okay. We do have our recovery charm now, so we'll use our Dragon Rod Restoration. And you can see there's actually a bunch of Sakura flowers that come flying out when we do that. So tying it in with the blood. Those are the same flowers that do actually come flying out when we use the resurrection power as well. Or if we use the Jizu statue. So there is a connection there. Okay, so we should finally be able to share a drink with our friend, the sculptor here.
どうやら古い記憶が目覚めたようじゃな。
ああ、巫女様を見た。
そうかい。司祭は聞かぬし、語りもするな。見えたものは己のうちに留めておくもんじゃ。
シ殿はそこの仏で何かが見えたのか。
お前さん、人の話を聞いてたか。
どうなのだ。
炎じゃ。
炎。
何を備えようともそれしか見え。一面の足名を焼き尽くすような炎。
それは
この話はしまいじゃ。
Alright, so it officially says give drink finally. And I have just a ton of sake saved from our first playthrough. And I've acquired more on this playthrough. So we're going to share some sake with the sculptor. I mean, as much as we're able to. I don't know if he gets drunk or anything like that. So, just for this special occasion, I too have some sake. So I'm gonna pour it into my... I guess this is like a canteen. Or a decanter. Yeah, that's what this would be, is a decanter. In my special little cup. And then we're gonna get sharing some drinks with the sculptor here. So use this as an opportunity to grab a drink, grab some snacks. So we're just gonna hang out here for a little bit and get the lore from the dialogue between Sculptor and Wolf while they share a drink. Alright, so we're gonna treat him to the unrefined sake first.
酒を持ってきた。
もらうとしよ
口に合わぬか。
う。いや、うまい。じゃが、傷がうずくのよ。
その左腕か。
この酒を好きなお方に切り落とされたのじゃ。
それは
一心様よ。
何故一心様が。
切ってくださったのじゃ。飲まれかけたわしのためにな。
何に飲まれかけたのだ。
シュラ。まあ信じるか信じないかはお前さん次第じゃが、せいぜい気をつけな。修羅の影にな。
Alright, so from the first sake sharing, I guess you could say, the sculptor has revealed to us that it was actually Ishin who cut his arm off, and essentially the reason why is because the sculptor was starting to become corrupted by Shura. So next we're going to treat him to the monkey booze.
酒を持ってきた。
猿酒か。相も変わらず辛い酒だ。だがこれが懐かしい。
よく飲んでいたのか。
猿どもの住む谷、そこで忍び修行をしておった。
一人か。
いや、二人でじゃな。わしらははぐれ忍び。 まともな死はもはやおらなんだ。故に落ちれば死ぬる谷でただひたすらにかけ飛び刃を交える。そのような修行を重ねた。じき猿と変わらぬほどには動けるようになったが、修行に飽きるとわしはこの猿酒を飲んだ。そしてあやつの泣き虫の指笛を聞いた。
泣き虫？
変わった指輪があってな。それをはめて指笛を吹くと谷に悲しげな音が響き渡るのじゃ。不思議とわしはその音が好きでな。よう吹いてもらったものよ。
So, this is a really interesting case of mistranslation. And the reason I say that is because I've heard this dialogue in English as well before. And unless it's been updated in the English version in the game, when he talks about his partner who he trained with in the valley, he actually refers to his partner as a him. But as you just saw there in the Japanese, it does actually say her. It's her ring. And we will read that item description in a moment. But we are going to treat him to the Dragon Spring sake as well. So if I forget, just remind me, but we should be good.
酒を持ってきた。
おお、龍泉か。随分と上物だ。もらうとしよう。実にしみる。やはりこれじゃ。よく道元と飲み交わしたもんだ。エマに釈放してもらってな。
エマ殿と長い付き合いなのか？
ああ、ずいぶん前に戦場で拾った。
戦場？
ずーっと握り飯を睨んできてな。面倒だからくれてやった。そしたら何やらついてきてな。それからなんだかんだあって共にアシナに厄介になることになった。道元の養女になったのもその時よ。まあどこだろうが忍びといるよりよほど幸せじゃろう。
Alright. So we officially shared all the sake we could with him.
喉が渇いた。茶でも飲みたいもんだな。ああ、そこにある優しい顔の仏様。そいつには妙な真似をするなよ。
Don't do anything funny with it. What do you mean by that? Anyway. Next, I believe we now need to go. How much sake do we have left? Let's see. We still have 1 unrefined and 2 monkey booze. I believe. Okay, let's go share. Should we share with Ishin or should we share with Emma? I don't know how much we're allowed to share with Emma. Let's go look.
武士殿の流害、治ったようです。
ああ、
これを武士殿に渡してください。
Oh, Ashina Sake. There we go.
あの人の好きなお茶です。回帰祝いに良いでしょ
So there is one more sake we can share with him.
う。狼殿、よくぞ参られました。
Alright. We can share any of them, okay. We will go share the Ashina sake. Oh, jeez. The Ashina sake with him really quick then as well.
Omae san ka. Nan no you da?
巫女様をお救いすることができた。
わしにゃ関わり合いのない話だ。
いや、礼を言う。
少し目の影が薄くなったようじゃ。
なんだと。
それで何か用か。
There we go. Alright. This is, I guess, the fourth one we've shared with him now? Dang.
うまそうな茶じゃ。もらうとするか。しみれ。こいつを飲んでるとエマの父を思い出す。
道元殿か。
知っておったか。あいつは希代のクス師だった。そしてからくりにも明るい。いや、からくりバカの息か。ちとふざけたやつだが、わしの恩人よ。ああ、お前さんの恩人でもあるぞ。
どういうことだ。
腕を失ったわしに道元が作ってくれた。今はお前さんの左腕にあるそいつをな。もっとも義手作りも初めは思うようにいかず、幾度も幾度も作り直してくれた。
どうした。
忍び義手をまともに動かす修練じゃと言ってな。エマにせがまれ、駒やら何やら掘らされたものじゃ。そうしたことを重ね、忍びの牙と呼べる代物となった。いわば忍び義手は道元の忘れがたみじゃ。
忘れがたみ。
ずいぶんと経つ。忍びを捨てたわしじゃが、それだけは捨てられなんだわ。
Alright.
お前さん、その指笛はきっと悲しげな。じゃが、いい音を鳴らすじゃろう。うまく使ってやってくれ。
Oh, would you look at that? He reminded me of the finger whistle. Alright. So that one is called Malcontent, which reads, can be used to drive beasts mad and to torment apparition-type enemies. Kingfisher is etched into the ring. The kingfisher's cry could be heard along the waterfront of Sunken Valley. Now she cries no more. This will become a little more relevant once we defeat the boss of the Sunken Valley, but we will get there shortly. because we're already at 40 minutes in, and we haven't even stepped foot into the gun fort yet. And I apologize. I know that's absolutely terrible. Okay. So, we will go share one drink with Emma. And then we will go do the gun fort.
Okami殿、よくぞ参られました。
これをお主に。
あら、一心様がお好きなお酒ですね。いただきましょう。おいしい。何か話してください。
一つ聞きたい。
はい。
剣の死は誰だ？
剣？私はクス氏ですよ。
誰だ？
一心様です。
ああ。
ですが、ほんのたしなみです。
お主の剣気、とてもたしなみとは思えぬ。何のためだ？
人は切りません。
人は切らぬ。
はい。人を切りたいなどはつゆほども。ただ、鬼など出れば切りたいと思っています。
鬼？
本気に取らないでください。ほんのざれ言です。
So that's rather interesting. The only reason she learned to use her sword, or to wield the sword at all, to fight, is to kill a demon, if one were to appear. Very intriguing. Alright. Should we give her the monkey booze? I have one left. We can either give this to her or we can give this to Ishin. Let's give her the monkey booze, why not? Next playthrough we can share with Ishin.
あら、これは猿酒ではありませんか。
何がおかしい？
Cheers, Emma.
まずはいただきますね。辛い。そう、お猿。私は猿には何かと縁深いのです。
猿と？
はい。何せ私は猿に拾われた子です。信じていませんね。幼き日、戦場跡に一人、私は呆然と立っていました。何も泣くことも怒ることもできず、ただ呆然と。そうしたら猿が握り飯を食っていた。
猿がか？
はい、それはうまそうに恨めしいと思いました。そうしたら今度は猿が握り飯をくれたのです。とてもうまかった。
親切な猿だ。
誠に 親切な猿でした。
Now, that's actually really important due to the last sake we shared with the sculptor, because he actually said that he shared a rice ball with Emma when he met her on the battlefield.
では、また。
And that plays into the whole Sekiro nickname that Hanabe has for him. Hanabe calls him Sekiro when we do finally kill him, and Sekiro roughly translates to one-armed orangutan. So very, very cool. I like that connection a lot. Okay, so now that we have shared sake with everybody, we learned about the sculptor's old shinobi partner and how they used to train in the Sunken Valley. We can now officially do the gun fort and talk about that just a little bit more as we go through. All right. It's officially all my sake as well that I poured myself tonight. So let's do this. Now, immediately we are greeted with the denizens of this valley. And you may notice that they are a little bit more lanky and a little bit taller than the average human being. And at first that really isn't apparent for any particular reason. And it really isn't until we get to our first boss fight of this area. Well, mini boss, I guess, that we will start to piece that together. We have another rifleman up here. And I think we can go this way, but I believe that is more for a... We will come back to this later. We'll talk about these enemies later on. I have that kind of saved more for a later on episode. Probably when we do, probably when we get to probably Mibu Village, I would say. And then once we're there, I'll start talking about the apparition enemies more. Alright. There's a cannon wielder up here. High monk doing work. I love that ability so much. It's so good. And we will rest at the... Well, we won't rest, but we will grab the idol. And we will speak to this Senpo assassin because he has some interesting lore about the serpent.
谷の鉄砲取りで噂以上よ備えなきは無謀であったわ懐かしい先方寺の鐘が聞こえら
I was finding it funny how his hat just kind of like falls off his head after he dies for no reason. Anyway, we are now going to run to our first area here. If we use our binocular and look down, we will see someone sitting at the bottom of that Buddha statue there, that face. So if we jump off, there is a grapple point for us to land on, and we are pretty much immediately spotted. Okay, I don't know what happened there. We are immediately spotted by everybody in the gun fort, which is very unlike every other enemy in the game. Alright. Oof. That hurt me quite a bit. Okay, I don't know how I didn't just avoid that, or whatever. Now, I would say pay attention to her skin, because it is different colors than everyone else in this valley. Everyone else in this valley has very human colored skin, but her skin is blue. And at first that might not really make any sense, but as we get further along in the game, I'll start to become more obvious why that is important. Okay, she's absolutely wrecking me right now. Oh my goodness gracious. Now you see how she's also reacting to that as well, that poison? Ooh, she got me. Too bad she didn't do the unique execution on me there. That's okay. Now, yeah, you might not be able to hear her, you might hear her. She has a very inhuman sound she makes when we attack her. I kind of got a better look at her there while we did our first execution, but she doesn't have human skin. It's very blue. And we will, again, take a look at the weapon I'm using here, the poison Sabimaru. And you will start to see what these people are, in particular the snake guys. This woman here, Shirafuji. Alright, so there she goes. She's officially down. Now we can read the Sabimaru. The blue poisonous rust on the Sabimaru's blade applies poison status abnormality. My goodness. Wielded in wars of old, the blade's blue rust was used to drive off inhuman Okami warrior women. Even now, it is likely to be effective against their descendants. So I'm sure you can start to see why that did more damage against the mini boss there, Shirafuji, and why the people of the Sunken Valley have an odd build to them that isn't normal human build, so to speak. I like how even the game thought I was gonna die there. I don't know if you saw that. Even the game was like, oh, he's dead. And it did the camera angle and everything. And Wolf was just like, just kidding. I was still alive. Now, if y'all could stop shooting me, be great. Alright, where do I go next? I don't actually remember. Is it this way next? I don't remember. Aha, yes it is. This is the way to the gun fort. Lots of gunpowder in this area. I think that's pretty obvious. Now, you may have noticed as well, there are a lot of Buddha statues in this region. Like a lot. I think we passed over about 3 or 4 getting over here, including the large face where Shirafuji was. And there's this one as well, right at the gun fort itself. Now, the boss here is named Snake Eye Shirafuji, which indicates obviously a connection with the Great Serpent of the Valley, and with the area being called the Sunken Valley itself. I think there's obviously a connection there. Alright, take him out. Now, at the beginning of this episode, I was talking about centipedes, and I was talking about the stagnation of the Fountainhead waters, and how the Senpo monks kind of became infested from the water itself. And that will become, the connection there will become a little bit more obvious with this next boss. Now, something a little funny about this boss, and this is another instance of translation difficulties or errors, whatever you want to call it, blunders, is his name is not Giraffe, it's actually Jirafu, which is a very common name from this era of Japan. And I don't know how they managed to get Giraffe, but just a funny little blunder there. Now, when you first come here, you'll notice there is a female statue holding a snake skin. This is not a dead snake. This is not a little snake. This is a snake skin. If you've ever actually had reptiles, you'll probably immediately recognize this, but you can see just how hollow the head actually looks, and the fact that the eyes are actually, as you can see, kind of folded over really oddly. And that the nose is a really weird, they kind of funnel out weirdly, and they don't actually have an ending to them like real nostrils do. And you'll also notice there's no teeth whatsoever. Snakes are born with their teeth. They don't grow into them or anything like that. They have them from birth. So this is not a young snake, as some people believe. This is definitely a snake skin, and that's also illustrated with the weirdly shaped body and how there's like caved in portions. So before we open up this door, we are gonna go down into this hole, and if you come over here, there will be some yellow gunpowder. But if you come over this direction, there's a whole side area. So first of all, if we go left, we can drop down this way. Although it doesn't really look like we can really go anywhere. And if we go this direction, you'll hear the familiar scratching sounds of centipedes. So, if we come back to this location, and we look to our right, there is actually somewhere for us to grapple. Now you'll notice that these centipedes actually have bandaged bodies, much like the Sunken Valley clan. And these are the same centipedes we found and interacted with in Senpo Temple itself. Which, once we get to the actual Sunken Valley, I'll be able to explain this a little bit better. But I believe that there is a connection with the Okami clan, Senpo Temple, well, and Senpo Temple, rather. Alright, so we'll come over here. Come back into the gun fort. We'll open up the gun fort shrine. And then before we go anywhere else, I'm going to pause and I'm going to quickly run to the bathroom. So use this as your own bathroom break. Get some more snacks. And I will be right back. Okay. That is what I get for drinking green tea. Even if it was just an effort to stay awake longer. Alright. So, as we run across this, we are greeted with a familiar friend who will knock us all the way into the water. And now we need to quickly make our way to the back of this water area. Oh. This snake has been the only thing to actually consistently kill me in this entire New Game Plus, funnily enough. It was the first thing to kill me, and it was now The second encounter has killed me as well. So, good job, Snake. Alright. Let's get at the top here. Or not. Ooh, my goodness. Okay. There we go. So we are greeted with even more Buddha statues as we descend further into the valley. As you can see, they're just kind of everywhere. And there are actually two kinds. There's this one, which is the one we've been seeing. But then there's also this one with the headdress, very similar to what was holding the snake skin back in the gun fort. It's a little frustrating because I think that's the only one really there. Just get a better look at it here somewhat. But yes, especially with the way the hand is positioned, I believe that is indeed the same one as the one that's holding the snake skin. I don't know why I love just dropping down there, scaring all the monkeys. It's just fantastic. Alright. Jump across over here. Grab this sculptor's idol. And we'll rest and reset the area. Alright, now we get to do one of my favorite bosses. Before we do, I wanted to kind of take a look at this area a little bit. So, first of all, we have what appears to be root systems. Here, coming off the wall, that don't really connect to anything. And you could argue that this is a dead tree, but the trees around it are fine. So if this is indeed a dead tree, why is this tree dead and the other ones are not dead around it? It appears to be roots. Now we also have this large statue of, I think this is Buddha as well, gesturing down towards the water here, down near the bottom. And over here on the other side of the statue, we have the same root-like structure coming out of the mountain, which seems to connect to really nothing. And then we have water coming from, again, really nowhere. At first I thought it was meant to be from up top there, but it doesn't seem like it really is. It's kind of just appearing and pooling down. Now, on the topic of pooling water, if we actually look at the ape as well, you'll see he's actually just continuously drinking the water. So, we're going to equip Okanaga's flame vent. We're going to equip our jars of oil. And we are going to mess this monkey up. Wow. Oh, okay. That was some weird nonsense. I like can't hit this guy literally to save my life right now. Goodness. There we go. That was so bad. Oh my goodness. I should have almost just do this normal way instead of trying to do this with the gimmick. What you doing, monkey? Oof, that hurt. Oh wow. Oh my goodness. I don't know if I'm just getting like super unlucky or like his AI just super aggroed on me, or if I just don't know how to play this game tonight. Because there's also that possibility that I just don't know what I'm doing. Alright, I also don't think I can really do anything else to him now either. I'm just gonna have to fight him normally. So if I could get out of here, awesome. Okay. Apparently he just needed to humble me on my first attempt there. Real quick, you know. Just had to make sure I wasn't, oh, I forgot she was right here. That was really weird. We could potentially just go through Sunken Valley, I guess. Can we do that? I'm rather curious if we go and fight or not Shirafuji. Can't remember what the other one's name is, but they're Snake Eyes boss. Because normally it would be the other Guardian Ape. That would be down there. But if I haven't fought this one yet, I wonder, I wonder if that's a thing. You know what? Sure, you know what? For the Lorethrough, let's go see. Oh, that was amazing. Oh, Wolf. Okay. Oh my gosh. Alright. As we progress through this area, there are a lot of dead monkey skeletons just everywhere. There's also, looks like deer or goat. And we find... I'm trying to find the, I thought there was a statue here. But there's a memorial mob merchant here as well.
いかがかね。
こんなところにも
死者があるところ。また供養しあり。流れ着く血もまたしかりじゃ。さあ、ご供養していきなされ。
No, he doesn't have anything unique. If we talk to
あ
him,
んた、この先の洞窟には入りなさんな。古いお社があるばかりの蛇神様の住みかじゃて。それに蛇神様に飲まれちまったら我らの供養もできぬからの。
so even he refers to the serpent as a god. All right. More monkeys down there. Might actually need to go. No, I think we just go this way. I was thinking we might actually need to go through the. I think we do. We have to go through the cave. I might be wrong, but I'm not recognizing any of this area. So, we are gonna go through the cave. Because, why not? Okay. Which reminds me, okay, we have Puppeteer equipped. Now, these enemies, I actually wanted to kind of get a better look at, because they're rather interesting. And the reason why they're interesting is because they're not actually an apparition enemy. And they're not called a ghost or anything like that. I believe in the game files they're actually referred to as a rock dweller. I might be wrong. But from what I remember, that is what they are called. So, we're now greeted with the actual body of the serpent here, and more of these rock dwellers, which I think are placed quite thoughtfully, because they definitely make you panic on your first run through here. So, I wanted to kind of show that off. That's a good little trap for people. And honestly, I like that because it kind of does make the cave feel a little bit larger than it really is. Now, this is a different serpent than the one you first encounter in the first valley. And a very good piece of evidence for this is the fact that this serpent doesn't actually have any damage on its eyes at all. It's also lacking the leftover skin, or maybe what could even be fur on its chin that the other serpent has. So this is definitely a different snake. Oh, and I'm just... Oh, this was the right way. Okay. Now if you hop up here, and you take out this monkey, you can puppeteer ninjutsu him, and he'll distract the serpent for you. Which will allow us to jump up there. Now it's got like a little bit, as you saw there, of that hair like growth, but not nearly the amount of the other serpent. Now we aren't going for it this time around, and I would also like to kind of draw attention to this item in particular. And the reason why is because this is actually the only item in the game that is actually a kind of silvery mist like this. Every other item in the game is a gold item pickup, but the dried serpent viscera is a silver pickup. So not really sure what the significance of that is, if anyone has any ideas. I am very much open to those ideas or suggestions. Sekiro is a game that I would like to make a lot of lore videos on once I finish up this playthrough. So I'm open to any suggestions or any ideas when it comes to this game's lore. Now, this is another different statue of Buddha here. And the reason I'm bringing the attention to the Buddha statues is these ones seem older. And you'll notice that the only thing down here is really just Sunken Valley members. And the only other, I would say, I guess, faction or group in this game that's really affiliated with Buddha is, of course, the Senpo Temple. Alright, so now we have to fight Shirahaji. That's their name. Oof. She put me down. Okay. My gameplay is atrocious tonight. I apologize for that. Oof, okay. Well, good thing we unlocked that other idol there. Okay. Oh wow, that was some weird... I like canceled her out of the attack. Then she just sent it through anyways. That was really strange. Oh, she did it to me again. Okay. That grab's got such a strange hitbox. Oh, that's awkward. Okay. There we go. Unfortunately, there's not like a whole lot else to really talk about in terms of her like on the cuff or her sister, other than the fact that there seems to be two, I would say, variants of the Sunken Valley, in the fact that there's the sect that lives down here, and then there's the one that lives up in the gun fort. Who would have thought of all the bosses to give me difficulty? Frickin' snake eyes. Okay. Okay, you guys. Now, I guess since this isn't really like a... This isn't meant to be like a spoiler-free lore through or anything like that. And I've mentioned a couple enemies already from areas we haven't been to. The reason it's significant that these characters are related to the Okami is because the Okami specialize in ranged combat with a bow, specifically, and their lightning abilities. Which is why Genichiro utilizes the bow. But you'll notice now that the Sunken Valley members exclusively fight with rifles. Yeah, there's like the shotgun and the cannon variants or whatever, but they all use firearms. So they all use ranged attacks. So, kind of a callback to their heritage. Plus, this is kind of my own inference. This isn't actually mentioned anywhere in the game, but the fact that a lot of indigenous cultures, when they first encountered weapons like guns, they refer to them as thunder sticks or lightning sticks. So, kind of tying that into the fact that the Okami clan use lightning in their attacks. What is going on with that hitbox? This boss is like breaking me today. Oh my goodness, and I'm dead again. Holy cow. My apologies, but she is just annihilating me today. Not very fun to watch. Okay. Look at her, already trying to shoot me. I haven't even started the boss fight yet. Now, there's a little bit more to talk about. As I mentioned, there appears to be two versions, or two groups of the Sunken Valley clan. Because there's the clan that live up in the gun fort, and there's this group that resides down here in the depths. And you'll remember I mentioned in the Sabimaru description that the Sabimaru was used to drive off the Okami women. However, Ashina and Ishin used, well, with Takeru and Lady Tomoe, they used the Okami clan to actually liberate Ashina. So it begs the question, if they were allied with Ashina, why were they driven off? Now, there's a couple different theories I have for that, which I'll probably end up saving for an actual video, but I think it has to do with the Okami clan actually needing to do it, essentially because of the corruption of Mibu Village. But we'll discuss that a little bit more once we get to Mibu Village here. And once we beat Shirahaji, we'll be able to actually do that. So now I'm gonna stop being a doofus here, and I'm gonna actually focus on this fight, and I should be able to beat her. Whoa, okay. Whoa! Ooh, that was so lucky. Okay. That was again so lucky. The fighting her on the angle is actually worth it, because if she knocks you down, breaks your guard, as long as you're not in the corner there. She'll shoot over you. Okay, that was... I don't know what happened exactly there. That was a skill issue on my part, or if that was her being broken. Oh wow, okay, now I'm gonna start getting sniped by that guy up there. I don't need it, man. I'm on Sekiro. All this unseed aid. Thanks, Buddha. Wow. Okay. I'm convinced this game really dislikes me tonight. Is like, does sharing sake like make the game harder or something? Or am I just drunk and can't play the game properly? I don't know. Having a drink has never affected my ability to play though, so I don't really know. I'm sure everybody says that. What is her in just tanking through all of my attacks too with the Sabimaru? What's that about? Okay. Honestly, I'm more annoyed with the other random people just shooting me. And she's in such a weird arena. I know she's just like an elite enemy or whatever, but it's just so irritating. Like, what is that hitbox? I don't know how she hits me with that when I'm already I'm like above her in the air and she's like, nope. Come on down, buddy. Again, it's probably just a skill issue on my part here, but oh my goodness. I don't know what it is. Maybe I did have too much sake tonight, who knows. Oh, that's so awkward. Okay. This is like terrible. I'm so sorry. Absolutely dreadful. I've never had this much issue with them ever. Wow. Doing that attack on me 3 times in a row, eh? Oh my god. If she could just... There we go. I was gonna say, if she could just get her guard broken already, be awesome. Oh, I hate the camera in this game. It's gotta have the worst camera in it out of any Souls game. Oh, okay. Oh my goodness, now I'm dead because she grabbed me when she shouldn't have been able to grab me. Oh my god. All because I wanted to see if I could fight Guardian Ape before Headless Ape. I said Akira, or other way around. Headless Ape before Guardian Ape. I hate this boss. Worst boss ever. Just being cheeky at first. I normally don't find any issues with this boss at all. Ever. But the fact that I've done like no damage to it and I've already drinking 5 of my healing gourd is just so bad. Holy crap. It's also really odd, honestly, that Sabimaru is not doing more damage to her. I also call, like, I don't know. I think it's really ridiculous that she can just, like, get poisoned, but then she can walk freely in the poison water. I don't know, like, what is that? Oh, finally. Holy cow. Oh, another guy shooting at me too. Awesome. I have to say, I also like, probably a big critique I have of this game is how there isn't like a counter to grab attacks. And like, I know there's like ways to get around them. Like, I know there's counters, but I hate how there's no like dedicated counter for grab attacks. Like, there's a Makiri for thrust, and there is jump for sweeps, but for grabs there's no actual like direct counter for a grab. And we finally did it. She's finally dead. Holy cow. Now, as you can see, there's actually no dead person here. Normally there's a dead Sunken Valley guy here, or like a dying one. Oh, what do you know? Look at that. No boss fight. So then that means we can effectively skip Guardian Ape. Or not Guardian Ape, Headless Ape. Oh, did you look at his hair? Like I didn't plan this.
行ってしもうた。すぐそこにおったのに。お主。ん？おお、忍び殿か。聞いてくだされ。それがしはついに見申した。女の僧者でござる。遠目にもわかる。美しく、だが儚い様子の。ああ、呼んでおるのはわしなのか、尋ねるのじゃった。つい聞き惚れておるうちに、すっと霧の奥へ去ってしもうたわ。
So we of course know who he's actually talking about in particular. That would be Orin. But we will talk about that a bit more in the Mibu Village episode, which will be next episode. So, now that we've gotten the Hidden Forest, what's the word I'm looking for? Sculptor Idol, there we go. We'll return to the Bodhidharma Valley and we will defeat Guardian Ape to acquire our beautiful white flower. I can't believe I had as much problems as I did with Shirahagi there. That was so bad. Alright. Guardian Ape. Back to what I was saying earlier, that the first time we were here fighting him, is he's actually drinking the water when we first fight him. Just continuously. Really giving us an idea of what we're going to be dealing with here. Alright, managed to get that second flame vent off. That wasn't too bad. So now that's a grab attack that I particularly hate in this game. Primarily oh, that was weird. Because you kind of just have to keep your distance with him when you see him do the perilous. Alright, like that right there. It's doable, of course, but it's extremely frustrating. He's doing it again. And this will finish off phase 1. Now, the sword that we pull out of his head here, based on the fact that we find Kingfisher's whistle in his stomach, I would have to assume that's her sword as well. Now, if you have the lilac umbrella, it trivializes this fight quite a bit. It will completely block all of the terror damage from the scream, and it'll set you up for a nice counterattack. Assuming you have the skill anyways. So, easily my favorite way to deal with the ape, now that I have the umbrella. And the other thing you can do too is when it jumps on the ground, if you do the, oh, that was my bad. The yank and pull with the spear, you can actually pull out the centipede for additional damage. Alright, now I'm gonna have to use my Tonto here. Whew! Alright, I'm just gonna get some distance between me and him here really quick. That was close. Pick a pellet. There we go. What you doing, buddy? And actually, a really good combat art to use against him is the Mortal Blade, which is another reason why I recommend getting the Mortal Blade before you fight him. That was really stupid. Ooh, I like just got that in just in time. Oh, you could hear it gurgling. Ooh, 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 ooh. Alright, that was really dumb of me. I'll quickly drink that. I'll just get some distance between me and this disgusting thing. A Tonto. Oh, that was unfortunate. Alright. This next combo should be enough to put him down. Should be. Oh, he's gonna put me down instead. There we go. Alright. Officially gonna go down. There we go. So we obviously get confirmation, of course, that he indeed was infested. And we hear it roar. We then get the Guardian Ape memory, and it states that Guardian Ape was defeated, though its roar can still be heard. It is said that an infested body marks the undying. And we did not actually slay the centipede that was within it. And if we read the Guardian Ape Remnant, it states, perhaps the echoing roar of the Guardian Ape was in fact a solicitation of sorts. But we are not going to fight that other monkey right now, because we don't need to. We are going to enhance our attack power though to 25, which is going to make us very powerful. And we will grab our flower. So it does appear to be like there are other ones that are trying to grow here as well. But they seem like they are quite wilted. Lotus of the Palace. A white lotus flower found blooming in the depths of the Sunken Valley, where the fountainhead waters pool deeply. The flower's aroma attracts female apes. Thus, the Guardian Ape carefully tended to it, so as to offer it to his bride. One of the incense ingredients sought by the divine heir for immortal severance. So, now, something else that's quite interesting is within this cave you will find tombstones. Now, obviously these aren't for the apes. These are the same ones we find in Senpo Temple. So, Senpo Temple has an obsession with the Undying and the Fountainhead Waters, which grant centipedes. And they specifically drink the stagnated water from the valley. So I believe there is a relationship between the Sunken Valley clan and the Senpu Temple monks. Because the Sunken Valley has control over this location. But they don't appear to have any kind of connection to Buddha. That appears to be the Senpo Temple. That's kind of their whole deal. So there's also the centipede boss that is found in the Sunken Valley gun fort. Is also the other version of him is found in Senpo Temple. In his little shrine in Senpo Temple, if you remember, there's those little hook-like things that are on the rafters above him. And upon closer inspection, those little hooks are actually snakes. Now, I also mentioned in a previous episode that in Eastern mythology, serpents and dragons are often interchangeable. And I personally think that that's kind of what's being alluded to here in a sense, with the fact that snakes are being kind of revered to similarly as the dragon. Now, we'll touch more on the Okami clan once we get to Mibu Village in the next episode, as well as kind of more on this relationship between the Okami and now the Sunken Valley with Senpo Temple. Because this is what I personally think, is that the Okami were originally trading the secret of immortality with Senpo Temple. And when the Okami fled to the Divine Realm, to the Fountainhead Palace, their descendants, the Sunken Valley, continued trading this divine water, so to speak, with the Sunken Valley members. They essentially, I guess you could say, they started lying to the I guess the Senpo Temple monks at the time, and they were still giving them the water and basically telling them, like, yeah, this is the Fountainhead water still. And they continued to drink it, and that was pretty much like it after that. I mean, that's really all I can assume at this point in time anyway. And until we get to Mibu Village and talk about that a bit more, that's kind of really all we can address for this episode. So I think that's kind of where I want to wrap things up for now. We already have the idol for the Hidden Forest. I always forget that word. It like really breaks my brain for some reason. I just want to call it a bonfire. So, thank you all for joining me on episode... What is this, episode 5? It was part 4. I think that's wrong. I don't know. I'll take a look after. But anyways. The Gunfort and the Sunken Valley of the Sekiro Lorethrough. If you've been enjoying this so far, then please leave a like and subscribe to the channel, as I have more of these planned in the future for the other From Software games as well. Particularly Dark Souls and Elden Ring, and hopefully Bloodborne for the month of October. But with that being said, that would be the end of this episode. So if you have any ideas or anything else to add to the lore presented tonight, please leave a comment, and if you're also watching this on YouTube in the VOD format of this video, I also really appreciate the support on YouTube as well that I've been getting lately. All of a sudden, I've been getting quite a bit more views than I was expecting in such a short time, so thank you so much for that. Hopefully the YouTube algorithm is starting to pick me up a little bit. But with all that being said now, I am the King in Red, and I hope you all enjoyed tonight's episode, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Stay safe, and have a good night.